Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. After a very long hiatus, I am still your host, Midnight Sun. So, today we are going to be heading into the Fire Temple. Let's jump right into it. As soon as Harvey decides that it's time to whip out the old ocarina there. He's just kind of chilling out and looking around and... Okay, yeah. Yeah, the reason why I haven't posted anything is because, like I said on the forum there, I moved, I had some technical issues, a specific room was giving me trouble with recording. I'll point it out once we get there, but yeah, for right now, let's just, there we go, we played our Bolero of Fire, and we are headed into the Death Mountain Crater. Thank goodness we have our fire retardant, well not retardant, but heat-proof tunic. Alright, so I can't remember what I was picking. Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to get arrows. These rocks don't produce hearts all that often, but they do produce arrows. Did not get lucky this time. You know, I try and enter a dungeon pretty fully equipped. So yeah, no special trick into getting into this one. Just jump down the hole or climb down the ladder if you're a sissy. So, entering into the dungeon. First of all, don't run straight ahead, because something will happen. I think I'm about to demonstrate it here. Yep. Oh no! Yeah. All too often, I'm sure people have experienced running into those flame walls just randomly. Also, even though we have to enter this room here, don't just dive in. I mean, the door does lock in. Oh, ooh. All right, but that was an unfortunate occurrence because, as you can see, when you have two special items equipped that aren't, you know, directly storyline related, because after all, you can buy another Goron's tunic. You can't buy another Hylian shield as long as something that it gives you is non-story specific. Like, if you don't necessarily need it, and therefore losing it wouldn't hurt you, you know, for the rest of the game, it will take both of them. So, the Hylian shield and special tunics, it'll take at the same time. It'll only give back one of them, though. Repeating myself over and over again to get to that final point. It will only give back one of them, usually the tunic. The game was nice. It realized that one of them was more expensive than the other, and so it, you know, did that for you. Making sure not to jump right back into that firewall, you'll notice that there are a couple of unlit braziers and also a couple of unlit mouths there. Now, in the past game, there would have been no braziers right there, and the mouths would have all been lit. So, I think you can guess what you have to do. With a little bit of, nice Din's Fire placement. In fact, we were able to light all of them at the same time. Din's Fire is going to be incredibly useful in this dungeon, as we will see. Now, this right here, I was crossing my fingers, because this room, where you, you know, run into Darunia, you know, Harvey 2, or Harvey 2 is my is my currently, the one I'm using to run through regular Ocarina of Time, but Harvey the Goron, I almost said Junior, but Harvey the Goron, you know, told us we were going to run into his father here, but this room, every time I would run into him, is where I was getting my capture errors. Like, all of a sudden, you know, it would just stop. The image would stop, but the noises would continue, so I knew that Darunia was there trying to talk to me, but I couldn't, you know, I couldn't actually see what he was saying, and that would last for about a minute before finally rectifying itself, so I was really happy that it finally recorded. It was good. It was good. I mean, I probably could have gotten this game to you, this video to you about, you know, a week earlier if it hadn't been for all that. But anyway, once again, we are seeing a mention of the legendary hammer. Kind of interesting that it's not in red text. Usually something that important would be in, you know, special red or blue or you know, green, yellow text. One of those special colors, but this time it's not, so, you know, maybe it doesn't quite do that for most key items. Maybe that's just what it is. Like, at least for, you know, like your offensive type weapons. So before we head too far forward, I'm gonna have to get something in this room. Now, he did mention that there are Gorons in here. Yes, there are Gorons in here. However, there are not any Gorons in this specific room. There is, however, a small key, and we need that small key to continue forward. So, what we're going to do is we're going to reveal the second brazier on this side of the room. It's inside this box. Isn't that nice? If you had just thrown down Din's Fire, you would have seen the light inside the box there. And we are going to have to throw down Din's Fire. Like I said, one of the things you'll find in all of the adult dungeons, actually, is that there is some specific mechanic or item or just thing, some strange thing that is consistent throughout the entire dungeon. And my sniper skills were not very handy in this dungeon, unfortunately. Yeah. And then I realized that I was missing the top brazier again. It goes out much faster than the bottom one. But yeah, you'll notice that in all the Master Quest dungeons, there'll be some gimmick that they use, some kind of key spot or symbol or item that you'll have to use over and over and over again. And once you figure that out, it actually becomes pretty simple to get through these dungeons, at least in terms of solving the puzzles, most of them. I mean, sometimes you'll have difficulty finding exactly where that thing is, but once you figure out which item you're supposed to use or symbol you're supposed to hit, you can, you know, figure your way out of most of the puzzles that might be giving you trouble. So we are going to hop our way over to the thing we just opened up, the gate. It would have been a prison cell, however, there is no Goron in that prison cell room. Like I said, we're going to see some, but just not this early. And I'm trying to find magic power because, like I said, Din's Fire. Din's Fire is going to cost a lot of magic, so I really wish that we had more magic power. Gosh, wouldn't that be cool? If our magic power would just, you know, extend. I think you know what I'm getting at here. Something's going to happen that extends it. Anyways, so, jumping across. We got ourselves our key. Now, this is interesting. We went through a door that usually, it would be like the last door that we came out of before heading to the boss room in the original Legend of Zelda. And now we're actually going to head through another door that is usually the second to last door in this little area anyway that you will go through. Now this area is one of my least favorite in the dungeon. It's not because it is Stalfos per se, it is because it has Stalfos in a very contained area. Like, first of all, they kind of make it difficult for you to get out into that big room, and then there's the, like, really tight ceiling. I don't like tight ceilings against Stalfos. It makes me feel like I'm even more contained. And the last thing that you want to be against Stalfos is contained, especially if you're running a minimalist game like I'm doing in my 3DS Master Quest, which is extremely difficult against Stalfos because, you know, double damage, so that jump attack you keep on seeing him do kills you automatically. In fact, there are lots of things that will kill you automatically. One of the attacks that the dungeon boss here does will kill you automatically in that mode. Yeah, I think that's that green thing we're getting there. I don't really know what I was looking for. I know that I wasn't inspecting that, though. That little green thing will spawn one of those giant fairies that we saw climbing up Death Mountain. We entered into this room, and we see one of the common things in the Fire Temple, which are these tiles which lift up and throw themselves at you. And then we see something which we usually would not have in the Fire Temple. That being an iron knuckle. Now, somebody mentioned that there was a trick with bombs and the iron knuckle, so actually, I decided to do that. I decided to whip out my bombs and see how well it worked. So, iron knuckles are basically gigantic badasses. Their normal swing will deal 4 hearts of damage to you. So no matter what mode you're playing on, it's really deadly. And I was just getting... Actually, when I was doing the bombs, I was flipping out. I was talking with some friends over Skype, and I was like, oh my god, this is so useful! I don't even have to get close! But of course, you know, me, I don't really like doing things that seem cheap, so I decided to fight with the iron knuckle as I usually would. The best way to engage him is to make him swing his axe. I know, it sounds dangerous, but as you saw... he's dead now, but as you saw, if you swing at him, if you make him swing and then you jump back, he will stop. What's the best way to put that? He will be stuck in place, I should say. Also, if you're running low on hearts, try and get him to swing at his throne or any, fairies are bad. At his throne or any pillar that is in the room, because the pillars will be destroyed and they will release hearts usually, if you need hearts. And third room in a row, we're getting some mini-boss music. This is a flame dancer. I believe I check out its description, but flame dancers are basically dudes that, yeah, they cover themselves in a kind of leotard-looking dress thing, a fire thingamajig, whatever it is, and then they proceed to spin around. They release flames, and if you don't kill them in time, they start to skate around that center part of the room. Yeah, there it is. Extinguish its flaming clothes. It's not very descriptive, is it? The first time I fought against the Flame Dancer, actually, I had a lot of trouble deciphering how I was supposed to beat it, you know. Of course, now it's pretty easy, but yeah. You basically just shoot your hook shot into there. I think you can also throw bombs. That will make it also drop out of its clothing. And then you hit it with your sword a few times. I usually like to get in one normal attack and then a jump attack. Because it will go in after it is perceived 3 hits, I think, to it. Anyway, we're getting a big chest already. And, ooh, that's right. You get the Megaton Hammer especially early in this dungeon. Usually you get it at around, very close to the end. It's one of the last things that you get in this place. However, in Master Quest, there's a reason why they give it to you so early. First of all, it's because you need to get past that switch. As Navi is about to yell at us, yes, it is a rusted switch. Rusted switches can only be hit and activated by the Megaton Hammer. So, make sure you have it. I love Capri Sun, by the way, and this one is empty. I'm going to need to remind myself to get some more. Well, at least get out of my seat and grab it. I do have more. Anyway, this is one of the Gorons. Like the other Harvey, the Goron Harvey said, they are being kept in here. However, one thing that you'll find is that all of the advice they would usually give you, because they do give you advice, every single one of them that you save has some kind of piece of advice that's supposed to help you through this dungeon, because maybe Nintendo realized that they had stuck a few things in here that we hadn't seen before, or that we hadn't noticed in an... Oh yeah, by the way, this is one of the things you can do with the Megaton Hammer. If you see one of these tiki poles, these totem poles, I should say, then you hit each piece of them and it will fall down. Not quite like Jenga, but I like to think of it like Jenga. Yeah, but the Gorons will give you a useful piece of advice that relate to things inside the dungeon. However, that guy gives you the same piece of advice. I mean, he's the last one, so obviously he's not going to give you some piece of advice on the boss, right? So he just, kind of says, go, help Big Brother, not very useful at this point in the dungeon, though. They did not change that around, is what I'm trying to say. That's basically the end point that I'm trying to make here, but I ramble, so there you go. Excuse me. Anyway, yes. He's telling us something that, yes, we had not seen before. Well, we have seen it before, because we've walked around the world. We've seen a few of these things before. Walls that you need to destroy with the bombs. However, they've never been as sneaky as they are in this dungeon. We didn't need to go into this room. We just got a gold Skulltula. However, we are going to be collecting all of the gold Skulltulas in this dungeon, or at least all of them that I know. I have to admit, I've never 100%ed this. Damn it. Hate that. I've never 100%ed Master Quest before, so if I miss one or two of the gold Skulltulas, I will go back and get them, obviously. Just like, in another Skulltula collection video, I will sneakily sneak off to the place where I need to be to pick it up. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to need to do a little bit more sharpshooting in this area in order to open up the door above the one that we just got through. So, we light this thing here with Din's Fire, or fire arrows, if you are savvy enough and manage to get to that area. Because there are fire arrows. Spoiler alert. Now that one was easy. That one was pretty close. However, there's one across the room. You wouldn't know about it until you got over there. You'd probably be wondering, okay, how the heck am I supposed to be getting into that upper door there? But I was yelling at my friends to believe in me. Unfortunately, they refused to believe in me, so clearly I was not going to make this first shot. And I didn't. I hit the brazier. But because of the fact that they did not believe in me, I was not able to do it first time around, so... I need all of you to believe in me every single time. That I really should have broken that pot, because there was more magic power in it. But I need all of you to believe in me every single time that you see me making a difficult shot, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do it first time around. I don't care if I've already recorded the video. I just need you to believe in me, Believe in me. Anyways. Oh, okay, not going up. We're going to have some issues getting up there. There we go, all right. And we get into another room where there are tiles, but I'm just going to fast forward through it because it's tedious, and even though I have amazing side jumping skills, that is not the point of this video. So, there is a wall of flame there. However, we don't need to worry about that, because as long as you hookshot through flames, they cannot hurt you, apparently. So, remember kids, if your house is on fire, I hope you have your hookshot, because the firemen are not going to save you from that. Only stretching... retracting, springy objects can do that. Now that we are over here, we need to get back out, obviously. I didn't even need to explain that. I'm just kind of talking about what's on screen now. I have gotten the boss key, though. So if you found yourself unable to get into that room because you did not know about the brazier all the way on the other side of the room past the wall of flames, then you would have been stuck at the boss door wondering, what do I do now? Fortunately, we are smarter than the door. So, we get over here. Nice. Alright. Slick move with the hook shot. It will always shoot at the place that you were when it released. So even if you move like halfway across the world in a second, I do believe it will still latch on. And you'll notice that when I was hitting that wall there, it sounded different, just like the Goron said it would. That's the way that you know. Also, there's a little bit of coloring difference. I'll be showing that on a later one, but there is a little bit of a coloring difference. Speaking of coloring, check this out. This one fooled me the first time around. And yeah, this is what they all say whenever you talk to them. But in this room, they got real sneaky. See, I didn't notice that the other wall there was not on fire. Somehow the texture fooled me in my, rush to get through it the first time. However, you can see clearly that there is a brazier in there. If you just, take time to look and care. So we rescue the Goron. And then we stop moving for a few seconds. Okay, I don't quite know what this is. I must have Alt-Tab to block somebody or something. And yes, you are indeed free to go. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Actually, we've already done that in Dodongo's Cavern. We had to throw a bomb, remember, over the wall of flame? Yeah, we had to do that. It was a cool time. Back in the day. And we net ourselves one more small key. So let's head out of this dark, dank little prison cell. They're actually pretty big prison cells, considering that, we apparently have an entire race of people, save for one child, thrown into them. Maybe Ganon isn't such a jerk after all. Maybe he really was just trying to high-five us, but, he couldn't control his awesome power. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on. Clearly, I am unable to path correctly, so I need to center myself really well to get up that little plank there. Alright, making our way through. This is another room that you don't just kind of want to run straight through, because, as you'll see, think you'll see anyway, no, I think I did it in the other recording. I had another recording that was going pretty well in this, actually, until I got to one point and I realized that I had forgotten how to actually do it. So I took like half an hour figuring it out, and it turned out to be a really simple puzzle. Don't laugh at me. Anyways, then I did that, yes, okay. Now, you might wonder why I got hit. The reason is because of that little circle of flames. You need to jump when the block that it sends shooting up, you need to jump when it is rising itself. Otherwise, you will jump onto those flames, even though it's a circle and you're not exactly in the you're not touching the flames in the circle, you're in the middle of it. It will still count you as touching the flames in the circle. So, just wait for a second. It'll start going up. There's plenty of time for you to jump onto it. Continuing on into this part of the dungeon. Green room. We've seen this before, but there are no flying tiles this time. There is, however, an eerie silence. Those of you who have played the original Ocarina of Time will know that there used to be some funny little enemies in here that actually we haven't seen at all yet. They were supposed to appear in a couple of the rooms so far. And also, you will remember that this brazier here used to be lit. So, obviously, like I said, find that one mechanic, and as long as you know where to use it, you will never be lost in Master Quest. I mean, this flame's even a little bit off-center if you look at it properly. It's like... I think it is, anyway. I've always considered it to be off-center, so I'm going to hold that it is indeed off-center. And until somebody can prove me wrong, I'm just going to consider myself right, so there. Also, I keep on preaching not to just run forward, because you probably would have been crushed by a falling Lysphos. Well, not crushed. They don't really look too heavy. However, you certainly would have been surprised by it. I think I jumped out of my seat the first time that happened, actually. Like, I got my GameCube, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play Master Quest. And it freaked me out. Yeah. Anyway, we are about to see some more Lysphos, by the way. They drop from the ceiling all the time in this area. Also, there's the sound, and if you look really closely, like, there's going to be a couple more destructible walls here, but if you look really closely, the destructible wall is a little bit lighter than the dark wall. Now, that is definitely not a mistake. That's not like some kind of texture issue where they said, okay, these are the walls here and these are the walls there, and different people were working on them, so they got like the color just a little bit. Every Zelda game, even if a door is supposed to be hidden, there's going to be something obvious to show you that it can be destroyed. So, you know, in this game, the walls are a little bit lighter. It's nice of them. Okay, funny noise, and bomb, and we find ourselves at another door with a pressure switch. So we cannot go through there yet, because if we try to, then we are going to, you know, not be able to do that. So there are a couple more doors we can go through, both of which I believe have little... They can jump around back you and slash you before your shield can meet them again. Also, I'm sorry if my voice starts to fade out a little bit every now and then. I'm holding my microphone, so sometimes my hand just kind of slips down and you can't hear me as well. But then it goes back up. So, my beautiful voice can continue to entertain you. Now, if you had not known what to do there, you probably would have been stuck. Maybe you would have used Din's fire, but that wouldn't have helped you. There is, however, sunken into the ground a little bit so that it would fit underneath that crate a crystal switch there. So, yeah. I forgot exactly how I figured that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Originally, there's another one of those in here that you can see a little bit more easily, I believe. So I just kind of thought, wait, Master Quest really likes to sink things into the ground, or at least make them unnoticeable in a way that, you know, the other game, which was trying to go along with the fact that, you know, it would be sitting on top of a solid square, you know, with no bottom cut out. You know, the Master Quest doesn't really obey those rules. It doesn't feel like it needs to. It don't need your rules. This is, by the way, the only time I believe in this game that, in both of the Zelda games, where really the spin attack is very useful. Really, it's not a very effective attack against opponents. And we would really like to destroy those crates and see what they have inside them. However, we need them for their sweet, sweet little boxes, which would fall to the ground and break. But yeah, like, I don't really find myself using the spin attack all that much unless, like, I have a lot of really small opponents, because even the floor masters, the ones that you hit and then they split up, those guys, usually by the time that you would have your spin attack charged, they would already be dispersed enough that maybe, you know, 2 of them would be hit by it, but not all of them. And now we get ourselves a Goron with a simple switch here, and he has for us behind there another small key. But of course, we need to listen to his piece of advice. But yeah, that's why usually I would drop the Din's Fire right as the Floor Master was charging up. Because that's, you know, just the best time to do it. They're all there, they're all together, and even though they do disperse a little bit, they can't get away from Din's Fire. Din's Fire has an extremely large radius, considering. I mean, you would think that it starts to become weaker as it goes out, or it just wouldn't be as effective like when it doesn't get as close, but its range is surprisingly effective. It's one of my favorite things to use in the game, but obviously right now I don't have too much freedom to do so because, you know, low health. Not low health. Low mana. Low mana. Sorry, I saw a green bar, and I remember my days of World of Warcraft. And, you know, you want your bar to be green, right? Right? You want your bar to be green. And that thing was distracting me. I thought that maybe there was a gold skull in this area. But there wasn't. It was just that skull wall tour. And yeah, I decided to check out the walls, just because I was trying to be as careful as possible when it came to collecting all the Skulltulas in here. The gold Skulltulas. Wait a minute, did I just see something? No, I didn't. That was just a target. Sorry. Okay. See, even I notice things when I'm watching these that maybe I didn't quite notice before. So, big crevice in the floor. What do you think? Destructible? Yeah, probably. Lots of things are destructible in this dungeon. Fortunately, if you're going to be falling down something like that, something as big as that, by the way, switch underneath the crates. And inside of here, we will find our last large box, which of course contains our compass, yes. But if there's something odd about a wall, like it sticks out too much, either literally or just in the way that it looks, it's probably destructible. It's probably destructible. You should check that out. Let's see, though. Unfortunately, not getting too many rupees, and I kind of wanted to stay at 101 because, honestly, the honest answer, it reminded me of 101 Dalmatians, and I like that movie. The Disney animation, not the live-action movie. The live-action movie wasn't so bad, I guess, but it's been a little while, so maybe I'm just speaking out of nostalgia. I don't know. All you pro-movie critics handle that one. Anyway, open doors. Walking through them like a boss. Now this room can be tricky. Those of you who played the first game will first of all remember that there is a basically Texas-shaped, the one that I'm on, by the way, yeah, just right then, is basically Texas-shaped, which is funny. But second of all, you'll remember that there was this little wall of fire that would chase you to the other side of the room, so you had to get out of its way before it hit you. I mean, it didn't really do much, it would just hurt you a little bit, and then it would respawn back where it began, so there was just that, but yeah. But this one here, if you're not listening, like if you have stereo sound on, you definitely need to listen. I don't know why I did that. I honestly don't know why I did that. It was very weird. But anyway, fortunately they gave you a second box, but I am an idiot, so I jumped off of there. But this room, if you don't have stereo sound enabled, it can be a little bit tricky. I mean, also if you're not looking around too carefully, it can be tricky. This is the room where I had the major mix-up and I was walking around for half an hour. So be careful when you're going through here. Just remember this part. If you're listening really closely, you'll notice that there's one flame that keeps on switching between your left and your right. And it is not one of those two over there. It wouldn't be switching that radically. Where it is, and if you're careful looking, you might get a glimmer of it, like the glimmer of a flame in the corner. It's up there. There's a brazier you need to light. It's so magical. You see, this is where Master Quest is different from Ocarina of Time, really. The fact that they put things in places you would not expect, and then they're just kind of like, okay, deal with it. And I kind of like that. I really like that out of Nintendo. I mean, they have that whole knack for releasing games over and over and over again, and not really changing all that much, just graphics and maybe adding a character you can play as. You know, Super Mario 64 DS. But, yeah, this is one point where they were really inventive. And by the way, right now, after I hit that pillar, those of you who have a good memory for the items that I have collected know that I am currently able to go to the boss room. Now, you'll notice that the video is still quite long after this. There's some collection that I do. So if you're interested in watching that collection, by all means, keep on going. However, if you're just interested in going to the boss fight, you don't really want to see all the collection. I mean, there are a few cool puzzles, but if you're not really all that interested in the collection, the boss fight starts at about 43 minutes. So go ahead over there. For all of you who are staying, I thank you for joining me on this journey. Yes, I considered splitting this up into 2 videos, but I thought, you know what, I'm already here. I might as well just go ahead and do it, so yeah. The first thing you're going to want to do is get over to that side of the maze. Now, usually you would have to go through a little hallway, and we are indeed going to go through that hallway. However, one of the doors is going to be inaccessible if we do so, that door being this one, and like I said, I'm trying to get everything. Now in here, there are 2 things. There's a gold Skulltula, and there is a Lizphos. So there, that's all. Fortunately, I managed to spin around in time to block his attack. So we get our gold Skulltula really easily. Not that I'm very good at judging distances, so it took us a few more seconds than it really needed to. Anyways, that's all you really need to do on this side of the maze, so let's head back over to the other. And actually, you don't even need to go through the original door on the other side of it. Now, some of you may have been looking at it at first and wondering, oh, it's a maze? Really? I didn't know that. Kind of just looked like a whole bunch of pillars. You know, however, the pillars are deceptive, as you clearly can see. Because if you walk too close to them, they will light up in flames. And also, Harvey is not quite fast enough to just turn around if you run at one that you don't know is going to be lighting on fire. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful if you're doing a minimalist run and you don't want to take any damage. Just saying. Anyways, going through the flames, obviously, we use our fancy little hookshot trick. And that door opens down there on the bottom. Fortunately, we do not need to go through the door opposite it because we can just do this. Now, remember, this is, even though this wall, you know, is monochrome, it is still breakable. It differs from the ones to the left and right of it, you know, at 90-degree angles. So we blow it up and we get ourselves one more gold Skulltula. Now, I believe there is actually only one more gold Skulltula in this dungeon. However, it takes a little while to get to it. I think, no wait, there must be 2. Well, whatever. We're going to find out together. I mean, I'm going to be visiting all the rooms anyway, so if I'm kind of getting mixed up on how many or which ones or where, then, you know, not too much of a problem. Anyway, that fancy little switch there. The walls are a little bit different, I will say that. The walls are made in such a way that that little block of time, the trick that I pulled, would not have allowed us to get over there. So, yeah. It's a little bit more of a straight path to the platform there, but it's not... that little area there is not as accessible. Anyway, we have another flame dancer. I don't think I said that very well, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it. This video is 52 minutes long, and I don't really feel like taking another take after doing half an hour of it. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to do my don't give a damn attitude. Anyways, we're going to defeat this little dude. I always thought it was funny how little he is when he comes out of his, you know, little fire dancer outfit. Look at him wandering around. Oh, no, please don't hit me. I'm just trying to live. Yeah, you're also trying to kill me. Oh, but I can do a dance. Look, do you like green? Yeah, I actually love green. Green was my favorite color. I wore a tunic, you know, that was green for such a long time. Really? No, I was stuck in a freaking temple with a creepy old guy watching over me. I didn't perceive that time. Oh, okay. Anyway, that is me role-playing as Harvey and that dude. And by the way, did you see it? Did you see it? I hope you saw it, because I saw it. Now, once again, Nintendo being tricky. Look closely as we go back down. We're going back down. We're going back down. Look closely. Did you see it? Right underneath this platform. So we have to wait for it to start going up again, then we jump off. There's a small key. Oh, snap. That just happened. It took me a few minutes to recognize that it was there the first time that I played the game. Master Quest, that is, obviously. That little thing there is not in Ocarina of Time. Nintendo was not that tricky in Ocarina of Time. Although they were kind of tricky about one of the keys in the Water Temple if you weren't paying attention to your map. Which we will, of course, see when I do the normal run-through of the Water Temple. Which I might commentate just for fun. Anyways, heading through this door. One of the little things, by the way, which is going to be very useful in the upcoming temple, you should remember this, hitting the faces, or just the symbols on the wall, with your hook shot. It is going to be very useful, as you will see. That one, unfortunately, only gave us a fairy, and we do not like fairies here in Midnight Sun's Let's Play of Master Quest. They heal you up to full health, basically, and they are nasty and cheating little things. And we don't need them at all, because after all, we are too baller to die. Right? Right. Anyways, this room here, those of you will remember that this is where we actually got the Megaton Hammer before. Now, get this. We still need to run up here a little bit, but that's only so we can get a glance at that. Now, those of you who watched the previous video will remember we had to get the Scarecrow song. And why? Because if we want to get the chest that's inside that fire, we need to have the Scarecrow there. If we hit that switch and we try to run back all the way to the beginning, we are not going to make it up there, and you are not able to jump up that wall. Trust me, I've tried. So you need the Scarecrow there if you... Oh, no. Oh, Pierre. Oh, Pierre. Oh, why you screw me over, buddy? Ah. Pierre's just having some fun with us the first time that we use him. Fortunately, we just stand on the switch, reactivate it, goes through its little cinematic, and now we will shoot a different part of Pierre that does not cause us to automatically fall onto the ledge next to him. There we go. That was nice. And we are very easily able to grab our small key. I find it very difficult to position myself, apparently, because I do that all the time, where I'm standing next to something that I need to open or activate or something. By the way, you may have noticed this. I may have run by it. That switch doesn't do much for you. It's just not going to do much for you. I mean, I've tried hitting the pushing down the switch in the other room, and then hitting that crystal switch and hook-shotting up, and it just did not work. So don't try it. You're going to waste your time. Unless you're trying to waste your time, in which case go ahead. By the way, this room, I love this room. Not because of the fact that you have to fight Stalfos. You'll see, though. You'll see. It's pretty cool. Anyway. Oh, okay. So, I was trying to be cool, but unfortunately I found out that I'm not. So, oh, there we go. Now I'm cool. So, obviously, we're just going to be doing our trick with the Stalfos, where we let them attack. By the way, I did not notice this until I did this dungeon, but if you hit a Stalfos that is standing still with a Deku Nut, it will actually push him back a little bit. I did not know that. So if you're having trouble, you're getting cornered, just spam Deku Nuts at them. Maybe other items do it too. Somebody needs to tell me that. By the way, do not hit that. For those of you who know it, because Death Ring. 2 swordsmen enter, 1 swordsman leave. One of them is already dead though. So really it's an epic battle to find out who's the best in the Fire Temple. Harvey 1, Death 0. Raw. I'm not good at that. And I'm probably going to do it again, so you're going to have to sit through it. Anyways, just like in the original dungeon, now that, yes, Harvey, you are awesome. Congratulations. What do you have to say on this event? Oh, he's being modest. We'll let him be modest, and we'll continue our adventure. Yes, you hit that little thing there, and stairs appear. Congratulations, yay. Once again, this is a fire temple that was made by Gorons for Gorons. Poor design choice. How are Gorons supposed to get up those stairs? I mean, I know there's the trick from Twilight Princess, where they kind of put each other on their backs, and by the way, another fairy. Get away, fairy! They put each other on, you know, their backs, and then, like, rumbled and launched themselves up or something. Gold Skulltula, by the way. Get over here, Gold Skulltula. But I don't think I've ever seen them do that in any of the Hyrule games. So, blah? I don't know. I just think they made that difficult for Kid Link / Adult Link to get up. Anyway, there is one more room to get to. One more. I call it the Baller Room. You might ask why it's called the Baller Room in my dictionary. And it's not because of the fact that it's really, really awesome or anything like that. It's because if you play the original Ocarina of Time and you go into that room, there are a whole bunch of balls just, you know, spinning around and falling down pits and all that kind of fun stuff. I kind of had a tough decision here of which direction I should run in. Finally decided to go to the one that had the thin little platform that I was apt to, or maybe I didn't. Right. It's because of the fact that there was the thin little platform that I was apt to fall off of that I decided to go this way. And there we go, onto the Texas-shaped platform. Well, it's vaguely Texas-shaped anyway. That's just what me and my sisters and I, I'm sorry, my grammar must be correct. That's just what my sisters and I have always called it, the Texas platform. Yeah, fun stuff. Anyway, if you walk back through here, you'll notice that Navi just, by the way, yeah, those Lizphos will keep on spawning. She just flew over there, and gosh, she's appearing in mid-air, and she's turning green. You know what that means. We need to play the Song of Time, because a time block will appear. And then we will be heroes. Heroes of time. With ocarinas. This is going too far. Alright, yeah. But basically we just do that, and then we hook shot into the target plastered to the wall there. Some Goron had a hook shot target poster. Never mind. Anyway, yes, you go to this little floating platform. It carries you up. It's pretty cool. I like this, actually. I really like this. VIP service. So, Mr. Harvey, we heard you were coming into town. Here's your floating platform to go up to the Baller Room. Baller! First, though, we need to get through a little puzzle here. Pretty easy. Hit the thing. Oh, avoid the fairy. And also, for the first time, we're seeing the slugs. These torch slugs. Now, I love these torch slugs because they give you more magic power. And as I said before, I love magic power. Also, I took the really easy way of defeating them. But, yeah, you can do this over and over again if you really want to. Every time that you hit the ground, just like in some other games that have an equivalent to the Megaton Hammer, certain enemies will turn over. I'm trying to think of specific ones. I think I remember in one of the Oracle games, if you did something, it would flip certain enemies. Oh, no, that's just the shield trick. You would have them hit your shield and they would flip over. Anyways, now that I have proven that, let's go ahead and see what's happening here. So, that block has become unlit. Or not fiery anymore. It's not fire anymore. That block has lost its circle of fire. There is a Gold Skulltula underneath of that block. So, we need to get around to it in time before those flames go back up. Now, there's no Scarecrow here to hookshot onto. There is, however, a rusty switch. Cleverly positioned in such a way that some people might not notice it there. And it gives us some little things there. I just wanted to kill the gold skulltula because of timing and everything. I thought maybe if I don't hook up automatically, if I'm not doing so hot on that, then at least it'll be dead and I don't have to push the block, and B, kill the skulltula before I can get it. Because, like we've seen before, even in this dungeon, if you are inside of a circle of flame, when the circle of flame goes back up, you will automatically be punted out of it. Punted? Just thrown out of it. You'll be hit out of it. Anyway, we get ourselves our gold skulltula token, and now we can head back down. We are officially done with this dungeon. We have done everything except for beat the boss. So let's just go ahead and head back. I think, unfortunately, I did not fast forward this, so you're going to have to just sit with me for 3 minutes. Maybe we can talk about something. So, how about that? Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to avoid taking damage. I didn't do a very good job of it, as you can see. That's going to negatively affect me in the boss fight, unfortunately. But anyway, so how about that skyward sword, huh? Who here is planning on getting it? I know I am. I mean, I was a little bit iffy about the whole thing going on with the controller on the side of the screen. But honestly, I don't mind it as much now, because I found out that, like, that interface there was just for demos of it or something. Maybe they're actually, I think I actually heard, is there a demo of it out right now? I'm gonna have to go into my Wii store and find out. Does the Wii store even offer demos? Wow, I have not gone onto my Wii store all that much. Let me see, I've gotten Gunstar Heroes, Gunstar Heroes, Majora's Mask, and Star Fox 64 for my Wii. So I've only ever gone into the Wii store to actually buy things, not get demos. So, I don't know, I'll take a look around, or I'll probably pop off and look at it really quickly once this video is over. So, well, that'll be the answer there. Anyway, we are approaching our final destination, as it were. I think. Yes, we are. There we go. That's right, my VLC timer. Anyway, I'm just going to keep on playing here. I'm going to assume that the people who did not listen in on the collection will be listening in now. Although, actually, oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. Basically, what I do is I edit the video, so like all the fast forwarding and the cuts and everything that I'm going to be doing, I edit the video beforehand, and then I watch it and commentate over it in VLC, not in my editing program, because there's this lag that goes on sometimes, and it can mess up the timing between the recording and the actual commentary, so I usually just do this whole thing. So I thought that maybe it was going to be a little bit sooner in VLC. I forgot that I went out and tried to get some hearts, because I don't like going into boss rooms with only 3 hearts if I can avoid it. Like, to me, this is a minimal amount of hearts, and I don't like it. But anyway, shit. Okay, welcome back, everybody who, Okay, welcome back, everybody who decided to, not listen in to me collecting things. Good idea. It was very boring. Very boring indeed. Well, I'm sure it wasn't, but you know. Anyway, we are here at the boss room. As you can see, I've managed to reduce myself to 3 hearts, which is not good. Not good at all. But that's okay, because we're awesome, right? We are totally awesome. Or baller. You see, if you had watched the collection video, you would know, the collection part, you would know why that's funny. But anyway, we are burning our bridges, or in this case, our pillars that we used to only get over here. Oop, fire. Oh, I have always wanted to slay a dragon. Always wanted to slay a dragon. And now, I have a dragon to slay. So, how do we defeat Volvagia, the subterranean something dragon that I did not properly read? I know I've been making a habit of doing that, but oh well. Well, this is what happens. Volvagia will... Oh, Gigas. Okay, I got a bit too close that time. Volvagia has a couple of attacks. One of them revolves around you being too close when he, she, it... I've always thought it was a she, by the way. When she pops out of the ground. If you're too close, her mane of fiery hair will hit you for 2 hearts. So that's deadly. I'm already in the about to die range. And there's one attack that yeah, this is not going to go well. But anyway, not getting close this time. Not getting close. She also has an attack which is a fire breath. It's very easy to avoid. If you manage to hit her in the head with some arrows as she's flying around, then you don't need to worry about that because she'll go back in rather quickly. Watch out, by the way, because the camera angle can be really screwy, and then something like this can happen to you. Yep. You have to watch out for those boulders, man. Like, even when they aren't even when they are done hitting the ground, if you get hit by a fragment, you're screwed. You are completely screwed. You'll die. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so now we are back here in Velagia's room, and this time we have a few more hearts. And hopefully this will go a little bit better. You know that I didn't just stop the game and re-record the whole fire temple because her name didn't appear. I'm still going to maintain that it is a woman. I don't know why. But yes, if you go back into a boss room after you did not manage to defeat them, their name will not appear on the screen. So that's how you know if somebody's being authentic or not. Anyway, yeah, you just hit her in the head with the hammer when she pops out of the ground before she spews her fire breath at you. If you manage to do that, then she'll fall prone, and you can go ahead and hit her. Also, if you're pretty slick, like I am unfortunately not in this attempt, you can hit her with some arrows when she flies by you. I think, yes, I managed to get 1 or 2 shots off on her. There we go. There we go. Okay. But obviously, as we saw before, she does have a third attack. The third attack is when she launches herself up onto the ceiling and she starts to use boulders to hit you as, you know, she rains boulders down upon you. That's how it is. Also, you know that you are dealing damage to her when she starts to go to different holes faster and faster. Like, you know, when you first get into the room and you start fighting her, she pops her head out of one hole, and then that is just the hole that she is going to pop out of. You can rest assured that's the one. However, as she takes more and more damage, it becomes more and more erratic. So, yeah, you can bet on that happening. Also, here's the boulder attack. It's really difficult to hit her with your arrows when that's happening because, you know, you don't want to get hit by boulders. Also, the hole that she goes into after she is done raining boulders down upon you will continue to have those there for a few seconds afterwards. So, I don't think I've ever seen her spawn in that pool before, that little pool of lava where she originally went into. Or, you know, well, she just went into, I should say. But I'm going to hold that it's possible. Just because I've never seen it does not mean that it is impossible. So, you know, be careful. Be careful if that happens. But anyway, we should be finishing her off rather soon. Yes, she just jumped really quickly through those holes, which means that she's not feeling all that hot. And I was thinking about just kind of letting her go. You know, I decided not to hit her, but in the end, this is starting to take a little bit too long, and I've dragged this video on quite enough with what with dying and everything. Also, I got the nasty camera angle thing again. Just right yourself. You know, hit your L or Z targeting, and you will become right with the world once again. So, let's deal out our final attack, shall we? Managed to only take 1 heart. Okay, never mind. Managed to take quite a few hearts of damage this time. Okay, there we go. That's how you know you're really going in for the final blow. She switched over to 3 different ones before finally choosing one. And we have struck the final blow. If you are at this point, congratulations. You are now the hero of the Goron people once again. Watch her burn up. Just watch it with me. And congratulations. There you go, Fire Temple. So let's grab our heart container. And also, let's go and grab our Sage's coin. I wonder who the Sage is going to be this time. Surprises await. I will let you get to that. I will talk to you in a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody. Well, that was indeed the Fire Temple, so we are true brothers with Darunia. That is something, all right. Too bad he's not going to be able to come back and take care of his son. Anyways, that is all the time we have for today, so what did we accomplish? Well, we went through a dungeon that ended halfway through compared to its predecessor. We picked up some gold skulls, went to a baller room, and then we defeated a dragon. And I've always wanted to slay a dragon, so that's an exciting day for me. Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest, Ice Ice Baby Vanilla Ice makes a comeback. See you then.